let you go.
Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name's Allison if you're new here, and today I'm sharing my newborn must-haves. Basically everything that I registered for that we use non-stop with baby girl, things that I bought in the middle of the night during feeding sessions, everything that I think we have used and loved and needed to survive these first 11 weeks that we've had with our baby girl. If you're new to this channel, I have an 11-week-old baby girl daughter, that's redundant. Our 11-week-old daughter is Madeline. She's downstairs with dad right now, but you might hear some cooing in the background. But we have learned a lot in these last 11 weeks, a lot about what we need to survive and function and thrive with this baby girl, because we are nearing the end of like the 4th trimester. She's gonna be 3 months pretty soon, and I feel like we have definitely learned a lot. So I wanna share that knowledge with you guys, share my favorite finds. I will link everything that I can down below in the description bar, and we have tried a lot of baby products. So if there's something that you're on the fence about, just DM me over on Instagram and I will let you know if we've tried it, if we've liked it. But basically, if it's in this video, we have loved it and we feel like we couldn't survive without it. So let's jump straight into this. The first category I'm gonna go over is hygiene and health. So everything to keep your baby healthy, clean, dry, all of those things, diapering, all of that stuff. I have a big pile next to me. We're gonna walk around the room a little bit. We're gonna see everything. First thing are diapers. Our hospital used Huggies Little Snugglers, and I feel like that's why we're kind of biased towards these. So she's in size 1 now, but we were in newborn for a solid month. So we loved having a stockpile of newborn diapers, but we are in size 1 now. We like the Kirkland brand diapers too, but honestly, diapers, they all kind of do the same thing, so I'm not very picky about that. Also, wipes. We used wet wipes with baby girl for a while, and then Christian was at Costco and picked up Kirkland's baby wipes. These work great too, but diapers and wipes, a necessity. You'll go through a lot more in the newborn stage than you think you will. I think baby girl probably went through honestly at least 15 diapers a day when she was like a newborn. Things in their digestive system are just moving fast at that stage, so you will want to have a lot of diapers on hand. Speaking of diapering, diaper rash is a real thing. You want to make sure baby is dry and clean down there, or else they're going to have little irritated butts and bottoms. One thing that I really love for prevention is Aquaphor. I saw this on the Taking Care of Babies Instagram. One mom suggested putting this on baby's bottom before the nighttime. That way it kind of protects their bottom. It creates a barrier between anything that happens during the night in their diaper that you may miss because you're asleep and baby's asleep. But this will be a good preventative layer, and it also makes diaper changes in the middle of the night really easy to just wipe up, especially in the first couple of days when it's that thicker tarry poop. So Aquaphor was a necessity, but also good to have an actual butt paste on hand. I'll link ours down below in case you see diaper rash. We saw a little minor irritation one, so it's always good to have that on hand, but this, you can prevent diaper rash with Aquaphor. And the last thing we love for diaper changes is our Kikaroo Peanut Changing Pad. I was so close to buying one of the fabric ones that seem a little bit softer for baby to lay on, that have covers that you can change out. But honestly, we have had her pee on us so many times, have so many blowouts, that this being just wipeable is so simple and so much easier than having extra laundry to do. You'll have so much laundry to be doing during baby's life that you definitely don't need to add to it. And then when you have a blowout, you don't want to mess with the cover and all of that stuff. So a wipeable changing pad, definitely an investment, but something we really like. If you want a cheaper alternative, we also have a couple of the gather mats downstairs that are just leather fold-out mats that you can take with you anywhere. I'll talk more about those later, but those are a good alternative that's a bit cheaper than investing in one of these big guys. A saline spray in the hospital nose bulb have been a lifesaver for us. Baby girl gets congested a lot, gets boogers a lot, giant, massive boogers come out of this little girl. I don't know where they come from, but a couple drops of saline solution and this nose bulb works great. We have the Nose Frida, but honestly, I always reach for this. I've used the Nose Frida a couple times, but I find that this just works 10 times better. So I'm gonna just buy more of these. You can also buy them on Amazon for $2, or you can just ask the hospital for a couple of them for free before you leave. Now, something we haven't had to use yet is infant's Tylenol. Always good to have on hand. You don't want baby to spike a fever in the middle of the night when you can't go and grab this. So I like to have this on hand just in case. It's also good because when they go to get their vaccines at 2 months and 4 months, sometimes they will spike a fever just because of that, even if they're not really sick or getting a cold. And your doctor will recommend to give them some of this if a little fever spikes after that. And to check if you have a fever spike, a baby thermometer, very important. A lot of the Amazon ones that pop up when you search for baby thermometer are just the forehead readers, and I found that those are not accurate at all. So a true thermometer, this one can be up the bottom, or it can be under their armpit, or when they're older it could be oral. I found is best. It's from the Frida baby line, and I found it's really accurate and just good peace of mind when you're nervous, especially after those vaccines. I was just checking baby girl regularly to make sure she wasn't spiking a fever. Now, bath time items, we love the Angel Care bath seat. super affordable. It makes us feel a lot better about putting baby girl in the bathtub. We don't have a kitchen sink big enough to bathe her in, so we put that bath seat in our actual bathtub, fill that up with water. That's how we bathe her. We use the Honest Company shampoo and lotion, and we actually have like a little scrubber for her hair. I think it can be her whole body, but this kind of just helps one, wash her hair, but also prevent cradle cap, so it kind of just like massages any dead skin away. And then also, not a necessity, but we've really enjoyed having a separate bath towel, the hood. This is from Burt's Bees, and it has little duckies on it. So cute. And then also some separate baby washcloths. You probably have those on hand, but we do enjoy having an extra set just for her. Now, I won't talk about clothing too long because I'm sure you've already gotten tons and tons of baby clothes as gifts. But all baby girl wore and still is wearing at 3 months old or 2.5 months old are onesies and zippered footies. I think this one is just from Marshalls or something. Just basic little snap onesies are the easiest thing for her to be in during the day, and it's been pretty warm, so she sleeps in those a lot too. But it's also been nice to have some zippered footies. That is upside down. We have a bunch of them from Old Navy. They're soft. They have fold over hand mittens so they can stop scratching their face in the middle of the night. And if you're feeling really bougie, we only have one pair because they're so expensive, but we do like the Kite Baby pajamas. We call these her bougie pajamas. And we just like these for like special nights, or like if she wants to feel extra cozy, or normally after a bath, because we don't do bath every single night, but we'll put her in these after a bath, and we call them her bougie PJs because I think they're like $30 a pair, whereas the Old Navy ones, you can buy like 5-minute pack for like $30 or $40. So if you're somewhere colder and want baby sleeping in footed pajamas every single night, the Old Navy ones are definitely the way to go cost effective wise, because she only fit in this Kite Baby sleeper for like a month. Thankfully it's gender neutral, so whatever baby comes next can wear it too, but that's kind of a bummer. Another clothing-ish item are burp cloths. We go through so many of these. This is probably the #1 thing that we did not have enough of before baby girl came here. I honestly have about 50 of these. Granted, baby girl is a little bit reflux, so she spits up a lot. So I have these all over the house in every single room. And I have the fancy copper pearl ones. I have Target ones. I have all kinds of ones, but my favorite are these like muslin. They're kind of textured, if you can see. They're like really stretchy. But I have probably 20 or 30 of these, and these are my go-to, like my favorites. Like when there's fresh laundry, these are the burp cloths I'm going through first. Also up to you, I'm not an expert on this, but we also use just free and clear laundry pods. I got mine from Amazon. They're the 7th generation brand, and they just come in bulk, and we use that for all of our laundry now, so there's no like mix up of like baby's clothes versus our clothes, like which laundry pod for what. And also we're holding baby girl a lot, so we want to make sure there's no like artificial scents or dyes that could irritate her on our clothing too. And very important, I love our laundry stain remover. Baby girl blows out constantly. We have tons of spit up stains, and using a stain remover has definitely saved a lot of her clothes. Now, something that's just for fun that I like to have for baby, and I bought way too late, was like these little milestone blocks. And there's a ton of variety of these on Etsy. You can get like cute little rainbow or pastel or colored ones. I went with gender neutral because we want more babies and I want to be able to reuse these. But they have 2 blocks with all different numbers on it, and then they have one big block that has the weeks, months, years, so you can do all kinds of cute little milestone pictures with baby. I didn't have this for her 1 month, and I really regret doing that, or like not having this ready. So definitely prepared now, taking photos of her starting with this at 2 months. We'll have a 3-month photo pretty soon, and I think it's going to be cute to like be able to look back on all of these. And this is something that I would recommend buying before baby comes, because Etsy shipping can take a little bit longer because they are custom made most of the time. So just something to think about if you want milestone photos going forward. And one other honorable mention is the baby tracker app on your phone. I use that to track all of baby's feedings and all of her sleep. You also can track dirty diapers and those kinds of things. It's good to just have that peace of mind, or when you're trying to figure out baby's schedule, having that app has been a lifesaver. I tried the Huckleberry app, but I don't like it as much as the baby tracker app. Moving on to sleep as a whole category, I'm gonna actually end up going into our bedroom because baby girl is still in our bedroom. Honorable mention goes to our IKEA crib and our Newton baby mattress. We're thinking of starting to put baby in here to sleep, so definitely not a necessity like right off the bat. You don't need this if you're gonna have baby in your room with you in a bassinet. But in case you're curious about our crib setup, Newton baby mattress that's breathable, and an IKEA crib. Moving into our bedroom, first necessity is obviously a safe space for baby to sleep in. This is a hand-me-down Halo bassinet. The side presses down so you can just scoop baby over. You can pull her close to the bed, whatnot. We also have spare crib sheets that are super helpful. And honestly, you don't need this kind of bassinet. It's not my like absolute favorite. Like, it obviously does the job. It's a safe place for her to sleep. But I think for the next baby, I want one that comes up right next to the crib, and then this side isn't here. Like, it's obviously safer, and there's a bumper right here, but it's going to be so much easier to just scoop baby over to the bed than to like have this, because she's already getting big enough that that's kind of a cumbersome like in the way thing. So bassinet option number 1. Next up is our favorite swaddle, is the Love to Dream swaddle. We have gone through like 4 or 5 different kinds of swaddles. We tried the Ollie swaddle, we tried Swaddle Me's, like all kinds of things, and this was her all-time favorite. She truly hated having her arms swaddled, and yes, we took the Taking Care of Babies newborn class, and we did cries, and we did all of the tricks you're supposed to do to help baby feel safer and better in the swaddle, and I can tell you, she truly just hated it. But this, she loved to pieces. She became a great sleeper once we started putting her in this. But the one thing is she learned over pretty quickly in this how to turn to her side. I think something about like the tension and like the arms being up helped her like figure out how she could flip onto her side to sleep. So we quickly had to pick up the Love to Dream transition swaddle. Once she showed signs of rolling, it's not safe to keep baby swaddled. So this guy has little arms that zip on. So it's basically just a bigger size of this, but when it's time to take them out of the swaddle, you just unzip these little flaps and you can do their arms out. So we've been going through this transition. She's showing signs of rolling a little bit earlier, so her startle reflex is still really strong, and it's been a struggle, but we're getting through there. As of now, she is out with both arms, and we're going to be switching her to a Kite Baby sleep sack pretty soon. I don't want to speak to those yet because we haven't actually used it. We're still just using this every single night. She also takes a pacifier to help her sleep. Say what you will about pacifiers, we've had no issues with nipple confusion or like breastfeeding challenges once we introduce this, and it just helps her self-soothe a bit. Ignoring the mess on my nightstand, another necessity is the Hatch Rest sound machine. Super easy to turn on and off, and it also acts as a night light, and I just learned this, there's an app that controls it through Bluetooth, so I can actually turn it on from downstairs with my phone or turn it off with my phone if it's too far away or annoying, or you can adjust the sounds and the colors and all of that just from your phone, which is super cool. Another necessity for us at least is the baby monitor. We didn't start using this until maybe around the 6 or 8 week mark because baby girl was napping with us downstairs, and around 6 weeks she kind of woke up from that sleepy newborn phase and really needed a dark, quiet space with a white noise machine and her bassinet, like her own zone to sleep in soundly. So we started using the baby monitor then, so we didn't have to be stuck in this room with her whenever she slept. So we have the monitor downstairs, we keep the little camera in here, and we actually in her crib have a little holder that will hold it onto the side of the crib, because right now it's like not the greatest angle to see in and watch her entire body, but it's good enough to be able to just like hear when she wakes up. Now the other thing we do while we are in the bedroom is all of her feeds. So she is currently breastfeeding exclusively. It has not always been that way. I was exclusively pumping for a while, but we have slowly transitioned with the help of a lactation consultant to just breastfeeding. So one major tip is to find and locate a lactation consultant that you really enjoy, that your insurance takes before you have your baby. I wish I had that information organized ahead of time because we ended up needing a lactation consultant to help us get back to breast, and I was so exhausted and loony and out of it basically in the newborn haze of not sleeping the first couple weeks that it really took a lot of effort and a couple days longer than I wanted it to actually like find a lactation consultant, set up an appointment and all of that. So it would have made my life a lot easier in the postpartum phase if I had one like picked out already. So just in case for you guys, I really recommend finding one that your insurance takes and just having that information ready. That way if you need one, you don't have to go searching for one. It's just right there. You know like how to figure out their appointment system and everything. But now that we are breastfeeding, our necessities are still the My Breast Friend pillow. We don't have to use this, but it does make it so much easier. I just lay baby girl on this. I have my hands free basically, and I also always lay a towel over it because this cover is like hard to take on and off, and I haven't found a lot of replacement covers online without just buying a whole extra pillow. So I just put down towels and replace the towels as like milk gets on it or she spits up or whatever. Now some other breastfeeding things that I wish I had on hand before we had baby girl were one little nipple shields. These go on your boob and basically turn your boob into a bottle kind of. It's an in-between transition tool for like moving baby from bottle back to boob. It's because Madeline was only taking the bottle the first couple weeks, so that's how we were pumping and feeding her. And so when we were trying to transition back to breast, the hospital actually gave us one, but they were the wrong size, and my lactation consultant helped me figure out what the right size are. So I have a bunch of these throughout the house, and thankfully we don't need them anymore, but I will definitely be holding on to them for the next baby, for the next feeding journey. Another nursing tool is these little nursing pads from Amazon. They will show through your bra, so they're not like the greatest, most discreet items, but honestly, you're probably not going out of the house that much to begin with, and you just need something so you're not leaking through absolutely everything you wear. Especially at night, I still reach for these some of the times, so these are great to have in a fat stack, and you just throw them in the wash, and then they're ready to go to be reused again. Now, like I already mentioned, breastfeeding did not happen for us in the hospital. Baby girl couldn't latch, so we started pumping like the first day of her life, and I was somewhat prepared to continue that going home. We did have a prescription for our breast pump, so I love my breast pump. Well, I hated using it, but it was a good tool. It worked great. It was awesome. I will have it linked below, but it's also good to just go through your insurance. I don't recommend buying this outright. Your insurance should 100% cover your breast pump. So I have the Spectra, I think this is the S2 or the S1, whichever one has the rechargeable battery, we have that. I also bought a set of spare pump parts because washing pump parts is a full-time job. And I just keep this down in a bin if I ever need to make a bottle for her. Some other necessities are obviously bottles. We've tried a couple and baby girl loves Dr. Brown's. There's more parts to wash, but honestly it's just better. We also love having a drying rack. That's like one of the first things we ordered when we came back home from the hospital and realized that we have a lot of pump parts and bottle parts to be washing. We also have a bottle brush because it's good to be able to get all the way down and clean these bottles super well. And there's a little brush tool right in here, like this like twists off, and you can scrub like the nipples of the bottles too, that make it super easy. One last nursing essential that I actually used mostly while I was pumping is this nipple butter. The texture looks a little bit funky, but it works wonders. I'm pretty sure it's just like cocoa butter and a couple other ingredients, but while your boobs are getting used to the feeding life, this is a lifesaver. Now moving on to places to put baby. When baby was a fresh little one, we loved the Snuggle Me pillow. It's just a little safe spot that's really cozy for baby to lay in. You do need to monitor baby while they are laying here, but her first 6 weeks of life, we would have her nap in this all day long downstairs with us, so we could like live our normal life and have her with us rather than up in the crib in the bassinet upstairs. So before we use like the baby monitor and that whole setup, we would put her here, and we wouldn't bother swaddling her for every single time. Instead, we took a really stretchy, like this has a lot of give to it, swaddling blanket, and would do like the traditional like hospital swaddle. And sometimes we'd even leave her arms up because she just would get so cozy and like tucked in the Swaddle Me that it wasn't necessary to like fully like contain her. So these were the first 6 weeks of her life. This is all she slept in. Another awesome find for us was the Solly baby wrap. They have cheaper versions of this, and I don't think you need to buy the most expensive version. There's the Moby wrap, there's the baby Catan, there's a couple other options, but just like a super long fabric stretchy wrap was super great when she was really little because she loved sleeping on us for a while. Like contact naps were her favorite up until about 6 weeks, until she like wanted her own space and it to be quiet and her to be able to wiggle around a little bit more. So she took a lot of naps towards the end of the day in this. Like if I needed to make dinner or I wanted to just eat dinner, like I wanted to have hot food myself without like having to hold the baby or whatever, I would put this on, slip her in it, and she would just knock out completely while being worn in this. Now, even though we are retiring the Snuggle Me, it's going to be put away for the next baby, we do put her in a couple other places downstairs. She really loves her baby Bjorn bouncer because she does have some reflux issues. She never liked the baby swings that like kind of like crunch their body up or like they kind of sit in it like a car seat. Like she likes to be spread out and like be able to be like upright a little bit more than those swings allow. So that didn't work for us, but the bouncer is awesome. And because of that reflux, we also hold her upright for 20 minutes after every feed. And sometimes you just can't hold your baby. Like you can't feed her for 15 minutes and hold her for 20 minutes 5 to 9 times a day that we're feeding her. So it's really helpful to have a safe spot that we can place her where she's upright, where she's comfortable and enjoys being. So that like comes around our house downstairs and she's very happy in there for like 10 or 15 minutes a feed. Like we don't leave her in there very, very long. And then our other spot where we place baby is her Love Every Play Gym. She loves this play gym. She's recently started like trying to bat things and like figuring out that she can open and close her hand a little bit. So she's trying to grab things, which is super fun to watch. It's also a great place to practice rolling. Now, I don't think you have to get this Love Every one. It's pretty pricey. It's actually probably one of the most expensive play mats that I've seen. But anything that has a play mat that's safe and soft for baby to be rolling around on, and that also has a toy bar that like dangles toys over them, will be a huge hit for your baby. She's not super interactive yet. She like loves to play with us and like make faces and smile at us. Like we're her favorite toy. And then just things to bat at and hit and look at on the play gym are her favorite toys. Like there's nothing else that she like plays with. She can't like hold on to a toy or really do anything besides like watch things, watch us, and then like hit things. So that's all it is kind of for toys for her. And I'm sure this video is very long, so I'm gonna blast through this last section that I have, that is getting out with baby. Obviously, you need a car seat to take baby anywhere. We have the UPPAbaby Mesa car seat and the UPPAbaby Vista V2 stroller, and we love it. It is definitely a splurge. You definitely do not need to get this stroller to have a good, safe stroller. It's just what we ended up being gifted and are so thankful for. So that's our personal system. Like it works great. I don't have anything good or bad to say about any other systems. You'll also want to get a diaper bag that's a bit bigger than your purse, but also not huge. Like I see people with these like massive, huge bags. And I think that if I had like a full tote bag or a huge backpack as my diaper bag, I would manage to fill it up with that much stuff. And I don't really think you need to bring that much stuff everywhere with your baby. A couple diapers, a change of clothes. We love having doggy bags in our diaper bag. That way if we're on the go and she blows out or we have a poopy diaper that we can't throw away right away, we throw it in like a dog poop bag and tie that up, and that's like keeping it contained and clean and the smell organized. So we love that in our diaper bag. We also always keep a portable sound machine in our diaper bag. Like, she is used to sleeping with the sound machine in the bedroom, so it's good to have that on the go if we're trying to get a nap out of her when she's in their stroller. But honestly, besides that, a couple birth cloths, some wipes, and some diapers. Like, you don't need that much in your diaper bag, and I think having a smaller diaper bag kind of limits you to not going crazy with throwing everything in your nursery on the go with you every single time. Oh, and one more thing for the diaper bag are Gather changing mats. They're like little leather mats, and they're a little bit pricey. We have 2 of them and we love them. We use one all the time downstairs. It's like a diaper changing station for downstairs, and then the other one is in our diaper bag and on the go. You don't realize how gross and how few places there are to actually change your baby until you're trying to change your baby after a big blowout in the middle of a restaurant. And I've had to use it on the nasty floor of a gross bathroom that was like wet. And I'm very glad that I had a clean spot to place her on and to contain her on, because there were no changing stations in sight. So that's definitely come in handy in the diaper bag too. One more thing that makes travel a lot easier is a pack and play. We have the 4 Moms pack and play in our nursery closet right now. We haven't had to use it, but we are traveling with baby girl pretty soon, doing a little road trip at our brother and sister-in-law's house. So we're going to be testing that out, and that'll be where baby can sleep and also a safe space for baby to play during the day that's like not in the way. And then the very last thing on my list is a car seat mirror. We didn't think we really needed this. Like, we bought one that was the wrong type of our car seat. We have like a fixed headrest. Like, the headrest doesn't move up and down. Like, there's not like bars on it, if that makes sense. And the mirror that we had bought originally, you need to like tether it from underneath it. So I found a car seat that actually doesn't need to be like tethered underneath it. It just wraps around the headrest, so it's easier for our car and it's a bit safer. But we waited maybe a month, honestly, to install that and figure that out and like find the fixed headrest car seat mirror for us. And we love driving with her so much more that we can like actually see her. Like, I used to take my cell phone and open the camera and like angle it over her to try to like get a view of if she was okay, was she asleep. So having a car seat mirror just makes that like a non-issue. And that's everything I can think of for our newborn essentials. Yes, it's long. No, you don't need absolutely everything on this list, but it's everything that we have found helpful and useful for our family. Let me know down in the comments if I'm missing anything or if there's anything on your newborn essential list that I am just not mentioning here. Make sure you're subscribed, make sure you like this video, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye!